Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Meri Brown of Sister Wives has moved on from her husband, Kody Brown, but she is still troubled by the breakup of her marriage to Robin Brown. On the April 26th episode of the show, she described the rift. Meri Brown wasn't only interested in the man, she also wanted the family. However, in the end, the Sister Wives star believed she had neither. "I had that cute little playground," Meri, the mother of 29-year-old Leon Brown, said in the April 26th episode of the TLC series when she first moved to Flagstaff, Arizona, with her then-husband Kody Brown and his 3 other wives. She was still spiritually married to Kody at the time, and she was close to Robin Brown, his 4th wife. And the mother of 5, who has a 13-year-old Solomon and a 9-year-old Ariella, talked of taking her youngest to play at Meri's house. Meri said, "I was really looking forward to it. And that happened very rarely before COVID even hit." Meri emphasized that even after it became normal to stay indoors and keep 6 feet apart, "I had plenty of outdoor space, and I took all the precautions." She was still on the outs of Robin's and Kody's quarantine squad. She said, "I had 5 kids constantly home." During the April 20th episode, "We were attending classes virtually." Additionally, she began to travel after the first year or so. "As a result, we had a lot of trouble organizing our schedules. However, I am aware that we both wished we could have spent more time together." Meri simply had a more if they wanted to they would mentality. Meri remarked, "I had this bond with her," referring to her close friendship with Robin, which began as soon as the divorced woman joined the family in 2010. "I'm now wondering, why do you say you want to be in a relationship with me and then ignore me for months on end? Why can't I visit your home and see your children when COVID is in effect and I'm abiding by all the rules? What's stopping you from coming over to my house so the kids can play in the yard?" Or, to put it plainly, she would pretend to be your best friend and then totally ignore you and hurt your feelings, as Meri's best friend Jen Sullivan put it. I mean, that's cut up. Be an a-hole or don't be one. However, Robin claims that she truly went out of her way to keep up a friendship with her sister's wife. "I never felt a divide other than when she moved," Robin emphasized, "and I always had Meri's back, even when people were ignoring her and plotting against her." Things changed at that point. After that, she made a shift. Because, Robin insisted, Meri left his only surviving wife in the rearview mirror when she formally broke her 3-decade union with Kody and moved 300 miles to Utah. "Soon after Meri moved, I reached out to her and I said, 'The next time you're in town, let's hang out, let's go do something,'" Robin recalled. "I don't know how to be friends with my former husband's wife," she added bluntly. "And I found that to be incredibly difficult." This is not to imply that Meri was unwilling to work hard. "At that point, I did not know how to be a friend with my ex-husband's wife," she said. "And I think that there are a lot of conversations that we would have to have before we did that." Additionally, those conversations were likely to be quite awkward. "I'm not convinced that she would be fully honest with me," said Meri, "and I'm not convinced that the things I would say to her, she would be very happy with." Although Meri admitted that things with Kody and Robin are awkward, she isn't against going through some growing pains. "Part of me does kind of grieve the relationship that we had because she was a good friend, or at least I thought she was," Meri stated. "And so I feel a part of me misses the time I believed we were really close. However, other things that have happened over the years have made me wonder, but were we though? Because if we were, we should have been able to stick it out." She's still keeping that door just a crack open. "I'm not saying that there couldn't be trust built," Meri replied. "It would have to take a lot of hard conversations. There may also be some apologizing. I heard that she was bashing me and making fun of me to her friends in public, and I was very hurt by this," said Robin. "I don't believe she's interested in dating. Thus, I'm not sure. I suppose that's simply something I have to cope with." But Meri doesn't believe their connection has been shattered. "I get that she probably feels a lot of grief and pain about this demise of our relationship," she said. "That's how I feel too. It involves a great deal of grief, pain, and rage. However, with years of common history, if we could get to a place where we can just interact without it being weird, That would be awesome, Meri replied. That's what I hope for. Meri has also revealed other things this season besides the truth regarding her disagreement with Robin. See the family's candid perspectives on anything from jealousy to their joint finances by continuing to read. Shortly after their 1990 vows, Kody Brown declared he was prepared to separate from his first wife, Meri Brown. Still, he led me to believe that he would work on things by saying, "Oh, Meri, when we move to Flagstaff, this will be a good time to have a new beginning for us." Meri mentioned their 2018 move in the September 15th premiere. As if he had convinced me of those things. He's been doing this for a very long time. Her primary complaint, she stated, is his lack of communication and how he really felt and what he really wanted or what he really didn't want and the story that he's been telling for all these years. Also, Kody admitted that there might have been mixed messages, but only because, he added, "I'm like, why would I do this?" when he began to work on things. I would not court and date her now. In any case, when Meri finally pulled the plug in early 2023, her pals were ecstatic. They say, "All right, we're backing you and here for you." Additionally, it's about darn time, she admitted. She now believes that he had been attempting to get her to leave him for years by claiming he didn't love her. Because if he can push me out and I leave, he's not the bad guy because he didn't walk away. In the season premiere, Kody said that he was prepared to let the idea die years after the family had bought the 14-acre plot of land in Flagstaff, Arizona, on which they intended to build. Unable to construct without paying the entire $820,000 price tag, which the family allegedly did in 2023, he said to Robin Brown, his surviving wife, "I'd almost rather scrap it or sell it, and then just start again somewhere else." "I can't talk about that," she said in reference to Robin. "That is so not where I'm at." Janelle Brown, the second wife, previously told E! News that we just kind of started to grow apart, but in the end, she left because of Kody's shortcomings as a dad to several of his children. The mom told Logan Brown, Madison Brown Brush, Hunter Brown, Garrison Brown, Gabriel Brown, and Savannah Brown, "The big spark for me was when his relationship broke down with my children and he didn't seem like he would move heaven and earth to fix it. And I thought, okay, that was what was really holding me here." Janelle refused to entertain the possibility of reconciliation, even when Kody brought it up in the November 3rd episode. "I don't know how I would ever reconcile with him and have him not have a relationship with my kids," she stated. "No, I'm going to always choose my kids." That was Kody's justification for not trying harder to patch up the problems he was having with some of his grown children. "I don't fit in the family anymore," he complained in the episode that aired on September 15th. "And then I have some relationship with some of the other kids, and it's infrequent," he said, explaining that he was still totally married to Robin and raising their 5 children together, Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella Brown. "What should I do with all of this?" I asked myself. It's not a family-like atmosphere. "We're probably doing the worst we've ever done in our marriage," Robin admitted in the season 19 premiere, even though they were being totally monogamous for the first time in their 14-year marriage. "Between us, things have been difficult." He isn't sure if he or one of the other women is to blame. "Are you going to reject me too?" Kody seems to be gazing at me because he's experiencing a lot of rejection. She consequently disclosed, "I'm on my toes. I have to constantly check to make sure he isn't ruining our connection. There's no resource to help with the idea that I'm still married to a man who's going through divorces," she said, summarizing the most difficult aspect. "I can't look myself in the mirror and say, 'Hey, dude,'" Kody shared, expressing a crisis of confidence. "I cherish you." Seeing her former sister wives enjoy their new era was difficult for Robin. "They're all moving on," she said on the episode that aired on October 27th. "I feel like the idiot that got left behind." To the list of children Kody isn't currently seeing, add Madison, Janelle's oldest daughter. During the premiere, Janelle clarified, "I am aware that Maddie has not spoken to her father. She doesn't have a relationship with Robin and neither of them has phoned him. She has essentially dismissed both of them." Kody's shaky relationship with Maddie's children, Axel, Evangeline, and Josephine, is the problem, according to Janelle. She doesn't really want him to have any contact unless he can commit to it. Because of this, Janelle revealed on the September 22nd episode that when the family started to really dissolve, Kody did sort of cut off communication with Maddie and her husband Caleb Rush, whose sister was married to Kody's brother. Maddie has been mama bear to the extreme, Janelle continued, since Kody has not been calling or coming to see. She has felt like until he can be consistent and show up and not be dramatic, that she feels like it's probably better if they don't know about him. Robin added that she has been pushing Kody to make amends, but she also stated, "I think the kids should be doing the same thing, too." Kody, however, seems unprepared to mend the split for the time being, complaining that each time he spoke to his daughter, it was a fish for gossip, and I got tired of it. He was alluding to the fact that he never loved me and he felt like he had to marry me, Meri revealed in a conversation with her friend Brandy during the September 15th premiere, while they were celebrating their 32nd anniversary. "Kody," I told him, "I know you loved me." In a confessional, Leon Brown's mother asked why he ever proposed if he didn't. When a single young man meets a single young woman, why would he choose to marry her and just affirm and force love for her when he didn't love her? She pondered. "Isn't that cruel? I chose you to attempt to force myself to love for the next 32 years, and then just pick me out of a crowd." In his own confessional, Kody responded, "Oh, Meri has her little allegations now. All right, she is free to say whatever she wants. I will refrain from commenting on it." He would, however, admit that they never relished their honeymoon. "This marriage was on the rocks the entire marriage," he demanded during the episode that occurred on October 20th. "How would I know that, too? Because my relationships with Robin, Christine, and Janelle were so much better." Even though he acknowledged that he should have gotten out of the relationship 25 years ago, he remained because he was afraid, saying, "Leadership will never allow you to marry again if you're discarding wives." Janelle stated that the first step was to pay off the Arizona property, but she wasn't sure if she wanted to construct on Coyote Pass or just sell it. "I think I'm going to have to lawyer up," she admitted to her ex-sister wife Christine Brown in the September 22nd episode, as Kody was not willing to discuss the matter with her. "Because I think that's the only way I'm ever going to get any kind of decision out of him." Without a formal marriage to Kody, Janelle admitted, "I really have no legal rights to make any kind of claim on Kody's property. I'm not just calling a lawyer and saying I need to divorce this person," she said. "No, there isn't a legal marriage, which makes things quite difficult." Kody claims that he no longer trusted Janelle, which is why he didn't discuss their Arizona property with her. "We will pay off the property when the time comes," he maintained during a confessional in the September 22nd episode, adding, "And I'm not giving you any details about what I'm doing or whatever, because I'm tired of disclosing information that goes through the gossip mill of our broken family." In her own interview, Janelle described it as a bit of a pot calling the kettle black. Her words, "He leaks like a sieve. He told me stuff about his other relationships and his other wives that I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be telling me that." Meri Brown exposes shocking truth. Robin Brown goes to her for months and months. What really happened behind closed doors. Introduction. In the latest bombshell revelation to shake the Sister Wives fandom, Meri Brown has opened up about her fractured relationship with Robin Brown, claiming that Robin goes to her for months and months. The news has left fans reeling and questioning what exactly went down between the two women. Did the so-called Sister Wives hit a breaking point in their already complicated family dynamic, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? The Brown family has always been known for its highs and lows, but Meri's confession adds a new layer of complexity to the already tumultuous relationships. Is Robin's ghosting just another sign of deeper issues within the Brown family, or was it a sign of Meri's final push toward breaking free from Kody and his other wives? Buckle up, because in this article, we're diving deep into Meri's shocking claims, the aftermath of the ghosting drama, and what it means for the future of the Brown family. Could this be the end of Meri's patience with Robin and Kody? Keep reading as we unravel the juicy details you won't want to miss. Chapter 1. The Ghosting Revelation. What Meri Brown really said. When Meri Brown made her startling revelation about Robin Brown ghosting her, the internet exploded. The claim was made in a recent interview, where Meri revealed that she had been completely cut off from Robin for an extended period of time. According to Meri, Robin had stopped all communication with her for months and months, leaving Meri confused, hurt, and ultimately frustrated. "I didn't hear from her at all," Meri said in the interview, her voice tinged with emotion. "No phone calls, no texts. It was like I didn't even exist to her. I had no idea what was going on or why she was suddenly avoiding me." But why did Robin choose to cut Meri out of her life? Was it a petty fight, a larger family issue, or something deeper? Meri didn't hold back in expressing her pain over being left in the dark, especially since she had always tried to maintain a positive relationship with all of Kody's wives. Chapter 2. The turbulent relationship between Meri and Robin. For those who have been following Sister Wives over the years, the relationship between Meri and Robin has always been one of the most intriguing and, at times, strained dynamics within the Brown family. While Meri initially welcomed Robin into the family as Kody's legal wife, tensions have simmered beneath the surface for years. Robin's arrival in the family created waves, particularly with Meri, who was already grappling with her complicated relationship with Kody. Despite the tensions, Meri and Robin seemed to try to maintain a cordial relationship. However, as time went on, the cracks in their bond began to show more clearly. Many fans have speculated that Robin's increasing closeness to Kody, especially after their legal marriage, caused Meri to feel left out and sidelined. Some have even pointed out that Meri's feelings of being abandoned by Kody likely contributed to the cooling of her relationship with Robin. Was the ghosting the final straw, or was it merely the result of growing distance between the women? Chapter 3. Meri's journey of isolation. Was ghosting the final straw? Meri Brown's feelings of isolation have been a central theme in her story on Sister Wives for years. From her difficult divorce and her ongoing struggles with Kody to her search for a sense of belonging, Meri's journey has been nothing short of emotional. Robin's ghosting, however, may have pushed Meri to her breaking point. As the family dynamic shifted over time, Meri began to withdraw from the group, spending more time away from the family. She even made headlines when she began posting cryptic messages on social media that many believed were aimed at Robin and Kody. "Sometimes, you have to put your own needs first," Meri wrote in one post, sparking speculation that she was done being ignored and sidelined. Fans quickly began to question whether Meri's ghosting by Robin was the final sign that she was ready to walk away from her role in the family. Chapter 4. The fallout. How the other wives reacted to Meri's claims. When Meri's ghosting revelation went public, the rest of the wives were quick to react. Janelle, who has always had a complicated relationship with both Meri and Robin, remained somewhat neutral, choosing not to dive too deeply into the issue. However, Christine, who has been outspoken in her own struggles with the family, seemed to show support for Meri's claims. In a subtle yet powerful Instagram post, Christine shared a message about the importance of honesty and transparency in relationships. Could this be a sign that Christine understands Meri's pain and is perhaps secretly rooting for her to move on from Kody and his other wives? As for Robin, her silence on the matter has only fueled more speculation. Is she embarrassed by Meri's public confession? Or is there more to the story than we're being told? One thing is certain, Robin has not been forthcoming about the ghosting claims, and fans are eager to hear her side of the story. Chapter 5. The bigger picture. What does Robin's ghosting reveal about the Brown family? Meri's claim that Robin ghosted her isn't just a personal dispute between two women. It may be a reflection of the larger issues within the Brown family. Could this be the beginning of the end for Kody's plural marriage? Is Robin's behavior indicative of a deeper rift within the family? For years, fans have speculated about the potential collapse of the Brown family, and Meri's revelation could be the first domino to fall. With Kody's other marriages already showing signs of strain, and with the family constantly in the public eye, it's clear that the Browns have faced immense pressure. Meri's ghosting experience may just be the latest symptom of a much larger problem within the Brown family, a family that has been built on complex dynamics, jealousy, and feelings of neglect. If Meri can no longer rely on Robin for support, will she be able to continue in the family, or will she eventually break away completely? Chapter 6. Meri's future. Will she stay or leave the Brown family? The question on everyone's mind now is, what does the future hold for Meri Brown? After years of emotional turmoil and what seems like a lack of connection with Kody and his wives, will Meri choose to leave the plural family for good? Some fans believe that Meri has been ready to break free from the Browns for years. She's already been spotted with new friends and has shown signs of living a life independent of Kody's influence. But could Robyn's ghosting finally be the catalyst that propels her to make the bold move and leave for good? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain. Meri Brown's story is far from over. Whether she decides to stay in the family or go her separate way, the fallout from this ghosting scandal will likely continue to ripple through the Sister Wives franchise for years to come. Conclusion: the ghosting saga. Will Meri ever reconcile with Robyn? Meri Brown's shocking confession about Robyn ghosting her for months and months has raised many questions about the state of the Brown family's relationships. Was this ghosting just a temporary lapse, or is it a sign of much deeper issues within the family dynamic? Will Meri and Robyn ever reconcile, or has the rift between them become too deep to repair? Fans are eagerly awaiting the next chapter in the Sister Wives saga, hoping for more answers as they watch Meri navigate her complex relationships with Kody and his wives. As Meri moves forward, whether with or without the Brown family, one thing is clear: her journey will continue to captivate audiences and keep them guessing about what will happen next. Stay tuned for more shocking revelations and updates as the Brown family drama unfolds on Sister Wives.